It's Technique Tuesday again, and this is Diana, Memory Bound, with our technique for this week. I am going to show you this adorable stamp set. It's very, very cute. It's called Picture Perfect, and it has all these little creatures on it, and they're all in little squares because they go with this die, which is the Polaroid die that you can cut out and put around them. A bunch of cards that I have made using these little creatures and the Polaroid die, and they just make up into the cutest cards. A lot of what I'm going to say today is about the backgrounds, because that kind of is what finishes your card off. I've got these 5 already stamped, and I do heat emboss my stamps when I stamp, and I'm going to color them with Copics. It doesn't take much Copics to do that. You can have a couple of colors actually and do it. And as you can see on my board, I've got a couple that aren't even colored. They're just stamped and then put into a black frame, and it looks really nice. A lot of them are just done in monotones. So we have like our gray on gray. A lot of them just have a little bit of brown to the little creatures in spots. And some of them I've colored out a little more deeply. Use a couple of colors is all I would use. I wouldn't dwell on a whole bunch of different colors or anything like that unless you want to. You don't have to color the background in again unless you want to, and you just want to use a blue or something on the background. Just color. Don't worry about shading or any of that kind of stuff on these little guys. They're just too little. The die is actually, when it's cut out, looks like this. And this one you could use either side, and it actually just fits right around that little guy in his picture. So you don't have to leave much of a margin around these at all, just a tiny bit, otherwise it's going to stick out. So that's how he's going to fit on there. But let's go and do some background work. Right up here I have used watercolor paper on. And I have used the Distress Oxide. I have an orange, and I have a peacock feathers here, orange marmalade. We're just going to use that because I can still show you the technique. About half and half I'm going to do each color and blend it as much as you want to. We can use our peacock feathers and do the other half. And I just gently mist it. You can see the little spots of where the water spots are. So we're just going to kind of let it sit over here and dry. But you can see that it's making the spots, the little water spots behind it. This is ready to go on your card front then once it gets all dry. And you can see the spots of water now. It's looking really good. The other background that I really like to do, and with this stamp set it's really easy because it comes with a whole bunch of different verbiage with it, sayings with it. I have them on just blocks today, because we're going to be putting them on this piece of paper every which way. This one says, you help make me my best selfie. Yeah, you just put them on there any which way you want. And put it on several times all over your paper. This one says, our friendship is picture perfect. So we're gonna mingle that in there with it. You can see how it's making my background. So you can kind of put that little one in between all the big ones. See the background? Isn't that cute? Would put him in a little frame. And again, I just pop dotted him off, and you can pop dot him off anywhere so that when all the little sayings pop out from under him. And on this one I did die cut a little oval and also put a saying that says smile on it. The last things I wanted to show you was several of these have stencil backs, have things that I've used stencils on. So this is one of them. This is one that's a sunset, and that is a really unique background. I just used a white ink, and it was a sunburst background or stencil. Put that on first and used a good white ink, and I did have to go over that a couple times to get it to really whiten up, but that really kind of makes for a neat background. I just picked up a couple of these little Tim Holtz stencils, but you can use anything. I didn't do the whole background or the whole card. I just kind of put it on there, kind of crisscrossy like, and I like my little finger cuts to do this with. It's just easy for me to control, but I would just do a certain area in each color. On here, you just got to remember either to tape or hold your stencil in place while you're doing it on background. So then when you take it away, you have this sort of a background. Make it as much or as little as you want. I could have moved my stencil and put a little bit more in the corners if I wanted. A frame that I just kind of set to the back like that, and then the frame with the picture in it, I would just kind of put over the top like that and pop dot it off. So I've used stencil. These are just some little die cut leaves that I die cut out with a little tiny leaf die. As you can see, you can do a lot of different cards with it and a lot of different backgrounds. And I hope you have fun with it. Until next Tuesday, see you then.